What's up, guys? Welcome to Page, Arizona. It's beautiful here. Page started out as a dam camp. Yes, when they were building the dam in 1957, the workers needed a base camp to stay at. And that's what established this town. It was creating the Glen Canyon Dam. So as far as a city or a town, Page is fairly new. From 1957 to now today, it's it's a great destination, and I think it's one of the most popular places in this part of Arizona. We're right at the border with Utah. Whenever I hear Page, Arizona, the first thing that comes to mind is Antelope Canyon or Horseshoe Bend, and that's because they're the two biggest attractions here in town. Everybody knows Antelope Canyon, the lower and upper end. Some of the most beautiful photographs have been taken there. Some of the most expensive photographs ever sold have been taken there. Every time I come, there's more canyons, there's more tours, there's more and more to go do and to go explore. Tourism here is probably the biggest industry. Years ago, they had a Navajo coal plant that employed over 500 people. And just over the last couple of years, I think it was 2018, 2019, they closed it down and demolished it. Over 500 people work there, and now they had to find different jobs. But the tourism industry here is booming. Years after the dam was built in 1999, it was said that over 2 million people came to visit Glen Canyon Recreation Area. The lake, it's Lake Powell, it's the second largest lake or man-made reservoir in the United States. So there's gaming, you can boat, you can play, you can do anything you want. It's huge. Page is situated right here on the border with Utah, and it's very strategically placed because you can do day trips to the Grand Canyon. Horseshoe Bend is right down the road. The lake is just a few miles, so there is so much to do. Very popular spots like Armstrong Point, that's just a drive, a bumpy right away. The Vermilion Cliffs and White Pockets, that's just a couple hours away also. And that's not to mention how much there is to do right here in town and how many tours go from right here. So as far as a place to explore, to visit, to see, it is incredible. There is beautiful landscapes, there's incredible opportunities for photography, and just great fun all around. There are many ways one can explore Page. You could do aerial tours, you could do boat tours, you could do off-road tours, the slot canyons, and this sightseeing here is just something from literally another world. As far as a tourism-based city and town, I found that the food culture here hasn't developed as fast as the town itself. So there's some decent food, there's good food. I haven't tried every restaurant in town, but the ones I've tried is not like, it's something I want to go back to or something that I'm never going to forget, like Le Trois in Wisconsin or Fleur de Sel in Post Falls, Idaho. There's certain restaurants that just stick with you and that you'll never forget. And I just haven't found that here. The food is just okay. And the other thing is too, with all these new canyons opening up and all these new businesses and new tours, the customer service and the experience isn't keeping up with demand. A city like Moab, which I made a video before, I'm gonna put the link here, they've got it figured out. The customer service, the communication, that is amazing. Some of the newer canyons here just haven't figured that out. Just as an example, I booked a tour for two at one of the canyons, a photography tour, and I called, I spoke to the owner, and I said, hey, can I come in and do a tour for two people, photography? They're like, yeah, it's $120 a person, only cash. Text me your name and we'll book it. So when I got there, the tour guide looks at me, he's like, oh, you have a tripod, it's gonna be $60 more cash. Anytime you want a little bit more private experience, you got to pay more, and that's perfectly fine. But you could have told me that when I made the phone call. Page is a city that is very expensive. It's definitely worth it, but it is expensive. And sometimes it's hard not to feel like you're being taken advantage of, like in this case with the tripod. It's $60 more. Believe it or not, I even got charged for Bambi as a permit to bring her somewhere. They charged me the child fee, which was another $6. But you know, $6, I'm not gonna start anything, it's fine. Everybody has to make a living. I just wish that everything was up front. Some of the companies have not developed that communication skills yet, so things are a little bit behind the times, which is fine. Like I said, it's beautiful, it's amazing, it's totally worth it. Just remember that, don't let that feeling that you're being taken advantage of ruin your vacation, because it shouldn't. Just be prepared to spend a little bit more money than you thought, especially if you want something private. I did a lot of private tours, and that's fine with me. I know it's gonna cost me more, but if I'm making video and taking pictures, I'm not gonna do that in a rushed environment. It was in 1997 when Antelope Canyon became a Navajo travel park. And after that, you're only able to tour it with permit. And that has been amazing for the Navajo people here. It brings so many people, and it is so popular that it has literally changed the way Page is looked at now. That's probably how most people recognize Page, is because of Antelope Canyon. And then the irony here is that a city, a town that was built on the dam is about to close down the dam. The water levels are so low in Lake Powell that they estimate that if it drops a foot more, they're not going to be able to generate more electricity from the dam. And that was the whole point of building the town. I enjoy coming here, I enjoy visiting here. To me, it's a beautiful part of the country that's got a lot more to explore. And I'm gonna come back because, as I said before, there's so many new tours, so many new places. It is a great place to be. And by the way, a lot of these tours I mentioned, I'm gonna make independent videos of them. And I had an amazing time here. I think they're gonna come out awesome. So don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Please click the like button, and I will see you next Sunday. Bye.
Next week, Bambi gets scared. The Jeep goes off-roading, and I turn around and point at the landscape.